There was a time when I cried, not because I was weak, but because I was tired of trying, tired of failing, tired of pretending everything was fine when it wasn't. I remember sitting alone, wondering if all the hard work, all the sacrifices, all the sleepless nights were worth it. I gave my best, yet life kept saying, not enough. I cried that day, not out of defeat, but because I was human. Let me tell you something, crying doesn't make you weak. It means you still care. It means the fire inside you hasn't died yet. The real danger isn't in crime, it's in giving up. You see, life has a strange way of testing people. When you have nothing, it gives you pain. When you endure pain, it gives you wisdom. And when you use that wisdom, it gives you success. But most people quit during the pain, they cry, and they stop there. I didn't stop. After I cried, I stood up. I wiped my face, looked in the mirror, and said, if the world won't believe in me, I'll believe in myself. Every success story you've ever heard started with a moment like that, a moment when someone cried and then chose to fight again. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's persistence. It's the ability to keep moving even when your heart is heavy. When you fail, people laugh. When you rise, the same people will ask how you did it. When you dream, they say you're crazy. When you achieve it, they call you lucky. That's life. Don't expect applause in the beginning. Earn it in the end. So yes, I cried. But after that, I worked harder. I learned more. I fell in love with progress, not comfort. And one day, those tears became my motivation. If you're in pain today, if you're losing hope, don't hide it. Feel it. Let it shape you. Because one day, you'll look back and say, that was the day I changed. Remember, this tear's dry. Pain fades, but lessons stay forever. Cry if you must, but don't stay there. Get up. Fight again. And when success finally comes, it will whisper. Now you understand why you had to cry. Crying is one of the most misunderstood emotions in life. Many people think that when someone cries, it means they are weak, broken, or unable to handle their problems. But that's not true at all. Crying doesn't show weakness. It shows that you still care, that you still feel, that your heart is still alive, even when your world feels like it's falling apart. It's a sign of strength, not failure, because only people who are still fighting, still dreaming, and still believing feel deeply enough to cry. When you cry, you release the pain you've been carrying inside. You let go of the frustration, the stress, and the disappointment that build up when things don't go as planned. You cry because you care about your goals. You cry because you worked hard, gave everything you had, and still didn't get the result you wanted. You cry because you want something better for yourself and the people you love. There is courage in that. There is power in that. Most people hide their emotions because they're afraid of being judged. They think that showing tears makes them look small. But pretending to be strong when you're breaking inside doesn't make you strong. It only makes you numb. Real strength is when you can face your emotions, when you can say, yes, this hurts, and still choose to move forward. The strongest people in the world are not those who never cry. They're the ones who cry, stand up again, and keep going. When life knocks you down, crying is your body's way of saying, I need a moment. And that's okay. Take that moment. Feel the pain. Don't rush to bury it under fake smiles or false positivity. Because when you accept your emotions, you heal. And when you heal, you grow. Tears don't destroy you, they cleanse you. They wash away your doubts, your fears, your regrets, and make space for hope to return. Think about the times in your life when you cried not because you were sad, but because you were proud, relieved, or grateful. Sometimes tears come when words can't express what your heart feels. They connect your inner world to your outer strength. They remind you that you're alive, that you still have dreams worth fighting for. So the next time you cry, don't hide it. Don't be ashamed of it. Let those tears remind you that you're human, that you're trying, that you care, and that you're still in the fight. The moment you stop feeling is the moment you truly fail. But as long as you can cry, you're still in the game. You're still writing your story. Crying is not the end. It's the beginning of something new. It's the first step toward rebuilding yourself stronger than before. When the tears dry, you'll see more clearly. You'll rise with more determination, more patience, and more understanding of who you are and what you want. Crying is not weakness. It's proof that your heart still believes in something greater. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has gone through moments of struggle, rejection, and disappointment. Pain is life's way of preparing you for something greater. It shapes you, tests you, and builds your character in ways comfort never can. When you face pain, you're being challenged to grow stronger than your circumstances. It's not meant to break you. It's meant to build you. When everything seems easy, you don't learn much. But when you go through tough times, you learn who you really are. You learn patience, discipline, and resilience. You discover what you're capable of when you have no choice but to fight. Pain sharpens your mind and toughens your heart. It removes the unnecessary, reveals your true priorities, and shows you what truly matters. In many ways, pain is a silent mentor. It doesn't speak, but it teaches lessons you'll never forget. We often ask, why me, when life gets difficult? But maybe the better question is, what is this trying to teach me? Every setback has a hidden message. When you fail, pain is telling you that there's a lesson you missed. When you're rejected, pain is pushing you toward a better path. When you lose something or someone, pain is teaching you how to value what you have. The sooner you understand that pain has a purpose, the faster you'll grow. The truth is no one escapes pain. Whether you're rich or poor, young or old, successful or struggling, everyone experiences it. What separates people isn't the amount of pain they face, but how they handle it. Some let it destroy them, others use it as fuel. Pain can either trap you or transform you. The choice is yours. If you let it, pain will give you wisdom that no school, no teacher, no book can offer. It will humble you, make you more compassionate, and teach you to see life with clarity. When life gets hard, don't run away. Face it. Let it test you. Let it hurt, because each time you survive pain, you become more unshakable. You start realizing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. That belief becomes your strength, and that strength becomes the foundation of your success. Every strong person you admire today has a story filled with painful moments. What made them great wasn't luck. It was their decision to keep going when it hurt the most. So when you're in pain, don't see it as punishment. See it as preparation. You're being shaped into someone who can handle the life you've been dreaming of. The struggles you face today are the training ground for the victories you'll celebrate tomorrow. Pain is temporary, but the strength it gives you lasts forever. Remember, the road to success is not paved with comfort. It's built with persistence, endurance, and pain. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it make you unstoppable. The real failure in life is not falling down, it's staying down. Everyone fails, everyone makes mistakes, and everyone faces moments when nothing seems to work. But the people who rise above it are the ones who refuse to give up. They keep moving forward even when they're tired, even when they're scared, even when everything around them says, stop. That's what separates success from failure, the ability to keep going when it hurts the most. When you give up, you close the door to possibility. You stop your story halfway through. You'll never know how close you were to winning if you stop trying. Most people quit not because they can't reach their goals, but because they lose faith too soon. The world doesn't reward the first attempt. It rewards the last one, the one that comes after all the failures, rejections, and setbacks. Every time you fail, you're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. Giving up might feel easy in the moment, but it leaves you with lifelong questions. What if I tried one more time? What if I didn't quit? Those questions haunt people far more than failure ever could. Failure teaches you something. Quitting teaches you nothing. When you give up, you stop learning. You stop growing. You stop becoming the person you're meant to be. Every challenge you face is an invitation to become stronger. When life pushes you down, it's asking, how badly do you want it? If you truly want something, you'll find a reason to keep going. You'll adapt, learn, and find new ways to move forward. But if you quit, all the effort, all the sacrifices, all the pain, it all goes to waste. Success takes time. Sometimes you'll walk for years without seeing results. But those years are not wasted. They're building you silently, preparing you for the moment when everything finally comes together. Think about all the people who changed their lives through persistence. None of them had it easy. They failed many times. They cried, doubted themselves, and felt lost. But they never stopped. They turned every failure into feedback, every rejection into redirection. That's why they succeeded, not because they were the smartest or the luckiest, but because they refused to give up when it mattered most. When things go wrong, remember this, it's not over until you decide it is. You may have failed, but you're not a failure unless you quit. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every time you stand back up, you prove that your spirit is stronger than your struggle. The real failure is not in losing, it's in never trying again. So don't let temporary pain destroy your permanent dreams. Keep fighting, keep learning, keep believing. You never know. Your next step could be the one that changes everything. The ones who win are not those who never fall, but those who rise every single time they do. Believing in yourself is the foundation of every success story. There will be times when no one supports you, no one understands your dreams, and no one believes in what you're trying to do. People will doubt you, criticize you, and even laugh at your ideas. In those moments, the only thing that will keep you going is your belief in yourself. When the world says you can't, That inner voice must say, "Watch me." Self-belief doesn't mean you'll never fail. It means you'll keep standing up every time you do. It means trusting your instincts when others question your path. It's about knowing your worth even when no one else sees it. The truth is, people don't believe in you until you give them a reason to. They only see the results, not the effort, not the sleepless nights, not the fear you face in silence. That's why you can't depend on validation from others. You have to build your own confidence brick by brick. There will be moments when you feel invisible, when you work hard and no one notices, when you keep trying but nothing seems to move forward. Those moments test your faith in yourself. Most people give up right there because they start believing what others say about them. But the ones who make it are those who keep believing in their own vision, even when the world calls them foolish. Every great idea, every innovation, every movement began with someone who believed in themselves long before anyone else did. When you believe in yourself, you develop a kind of quiet strength. You stop needing approval. You stop chasing acceptance. You start focusing on growth instead of applause. That's when things begin to change. Confidence doesn't come from people cheering for you. It comes from proving to yourself that you can handle the challenges life throws at you. You might fail 100 times, but if you still believe, you'll try 101. That belief gives you courage to take risks, to stand alone, to walk your own path. It allows you to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It helps you stay calm in the storm because deep down, you know who you are and what you're capable of. When no one believes in you, it hurts. But that pain can become your power. Use it to fuel your determination. Let it push you to work harder, to be sharper, to prove not to others, but to yourself that you were right to believe. Because once you succeed, the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. And you'll smile, knowing the answer was simple. You believed when no one else did. Believing in yourself isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's understanding that your dreams have value and your effort has meaning. The world may not see your potential yet, but that's okay. Keep going. Your belief will light the way until everyone else can see it too. Every tear you shed can become a source of strength if you choose to rise after it. Tears don't mean you've lost, they mean you've tried. They mean you cared enough to give your heart to something. When you turn that emotion into determination, you transform pain into power. Persistence is what takes those tears and shapes them into the energy you need to keep moving forward. It's what separates those who grow stronger from those who stay broken. When you fall and cry, you're at a crossroads. One path leads to giving up, and the other leads to trying again. Choosing to get back up, even when you're tired or afraid, is the beginning of true strength. Every time you rise, you teach yourself that you're capable of surviving more than you thought. You start to realize that the pain that once made you cry is also the reason you're tougher today. Persistence is not about never feeling weak. It's about not staying weak. It's the ability to keep going even when your heart is heavy and your mind is full of doubt. It's what keeps you working quietly when no one's watching, improving slowly when no one's cheering, and believing fiercely when no one's supporting. Most people stop when it hurts. They let tears end their story instead of letting them start a new chapter. But those who turn tears into motivation understand that every struggle has a purpose. Think about the hardest times in your life, the moments when you cried because you felt lost or hopeless. If you look back now, you'll realize that those same moments taught you something important. They gave you perspective, empathy, and strength. You became wiser, calmer, and more determined because of them. That's the power of persistence. It transforms emotions into lessons and lessons into growth. Tears remind you that you still have something inside worth fighting for. They are not signs of surrender, but signs that you're still in the battle. When you decide to keep pushing forward after crying, you're proving that no emotion can stop you. You're showing that pain doesn't define you. Your response to it does. Each step you take after heartbreak, failure, or disappointment builds resilience, and resilience becomes the foundation for future success. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never cry. They're the ones who cry, stand up, and work harder. They don't let pain drown them. They let it drive them. They understand that emotions are temporary, but the results of persistence last forever. So when you face tough days, don't hide from your emotions. Feel them fully. Cry if you must, but never let the tears stop you. Let them remind you that you're still alive, still capable, and still moving forward. Because when persistence takes over, every tear becomes a reason to rise higher. And one day when you look back, you'll see that the moments that made you cry were the same moments that made you unbreakable. The hardest moments in your life are often the ones that shape you the most. When everything falls apart, when people leave, When nothing goes your way, that's when your real strength begins to grow. You may not see it at first, but every painful experience is molding you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. The version of you that will succeed one day is being built through the struggle you're facing right now. We often wish life were easier, but easy times don't create strong people. Comfort doesn't teach resilience, failure does. Disappointment teaches patience. Loss teaches appreciation. Rejection teaches humility. Every difficulty carries a lesson, and those lessons build the person you're meant to become. The pain you feel today is not there to destroy you. It's there to prepare you. It's shaping your character in silence, giving you the endurance and mindset you'll need to handle bigger challenges in the future. When you're in a hard season, it's easy to think it will never end. You feel stuck, tired, and lost. But if you keep going, one day you'll look back and realize that every struggle had a purpose. The nights you cried, the failures that embarrassed you, the people who doubted you, they all played a part in your growth. Without them, you wouldn't have developed the strength or the clarity you have now. The pain that once made you question yourself becomes the reason you trust yourself today. Strong people are not born strong, they're shaped by the storms they survive. Every scar tells a story not of weakness, but of endurance. Every time life knocked you down and you stood up again, you were becoming more powerful, even if you didn't realize it. The truth is, you can't grow without discomfort. Growth and pain walk hand in hand. You can't reach your best self without first facing your worst moments. Think about it. Diamonds are formed under pressure, steel is forged in fire, and character is built through adversity. Your hardest experiences are not random, they're part of your development. They teach you empathy for others, gratitude for small victories, and the confidence to face new challenges. Once you've survived something that nearly broke you, very little can scare you again. That's real strength, not perfection, not control, but unshakable resilience. So if you're in pain right now, don't run from it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it refine you instead of define you. The strength you're building today will serve you for the rest of your life. And one day, when you achieve the success you've been working for, you'll realize it wasn't the easy days that got you there. It was the hard ones. The hardest moments create the strongest versions of us. Pain turns into power, fear turns into focus, and tears turn into fuel. You won't stay broken forever. One day, you'll thank your past struggles for shaping the unstoppable person you've become.